Hello YouTube. So recently I came back to FTMO and did some challenge and I failed some challenge. But today I passed another 400k thousands. Here is the account 400k that I lost in August. And today I just passed the FTMO challenge 400k. And I just got into the verification phase, which is a phase 2. Here you can see. Here, let's reload this thing. Okay. So the reason that I the reason that I hide the number is that I think it's better. And I think that no one should actually show their account number. It's quite risky because I'm doing things publicly, so I show you this one. And let me show you something better. Here's a certificate. I'm gonna click here, and I'm gonna show you the max allocation. And here we go, the certificate. Well, in case you don't know, you can using your iPhone, your any phone with camera, and you can scan this QR code, and you will go into a page by FTMO, and you can see if this one is fake or real. And I think that's quite enough. Okay, let's go back into this one, and I'm gonna show you let's say this one. And yeah, I hide that so I don't want you to see it. Well, it's quite choppy here. Here I got really high into the perfect targets over there, and then with losing shakes really burned me down into the below the starting balance. But eventually I got up and reached my perfect target. Here is the stat. It's quite close, but that's fine. The drawdown is very low, and sorry. And here you can see that my winning rate is very low because of some of this. So I think it will be around 40%. And my risk reward ratio is around 1 to 3. If you see my videos, you will see that most of the time when I pass my talent, the win rate is around 30 to 40%. If it's 50%, that's extremely high. And the risk reward ratio, I stick to 1 to 3 because that's who I am as a trader. It took me a while to find out, and maybe in the future I might do a video to show you how to find who you are as a trader as well, and that's really what matters. So here you see that it took me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days to eventually pass this. The most difficult phase, the phase 1 of 400k account. And yeah, this is what it is. You can see that I really got a really nice days here, and then I got a losing streak. This one is quite an emotional days. And let me show you, this one is on September 24. I did a lot of Bitcoin trade on the weekend, and because of the low liquidity days, and I tried to trade the Bitcoin thing, and it just didn't really move, and I just get in and out and in and out, and yes, keep losing. So really, in the weekend, the spread may be higher. There are sleep based, and there are maintenances that may happen. So the best thing you can do is just avoid the weekend, take some time out to celebrate reflection. That's the best thing to do. Here, I say it, but I still did that. So, and I don't really care about this stuff. I mean, I do have my trading suppresses, and I do my own journaling thing, so I don't really care about this thing. The two things that I care is my win rate is above 30%, and my risk reward is around 1 to 3. Anyway, that's it. And I actually got this thing after you can see here, I failed this one. And this failure actually leave me kind of a lot of. Let's just go to the next things. The next screen because I need to try this thing out.
The first thing I want to talk about is the invisible losing effects on your mind. So, personally, when I lost my 400k account, the very first thing I want to do is that I want to take the challenge again immediately. So I rush into the challenge and I fail more than once. So when I fail, that losing challenge adding up. So I tries again and I lost again, and that the losing effect just keeping adding up, and I lost even more. So for me, that's 400k, but for somebody else, maybe that's 100k, 50k, 10k, 5k. There are some similarities in there because we are in different phase of our trading journeys, and it doesn't matter what amount, but the feeling is kind of similar. And that feelings, the upset, the feeling of losing our funded account, we kind of want to get it back. And that feeling make us trade the way we shouldn't, and make us stop thinking rationally and focus on the emotion that eventually will drive us to losing streaks, to revenge trades, to oversizing, to over leveraging, and much more. And that cycle, the very first thing to break that cycle is stop trading forward. The second thing I did, which is between drawdown and slow down, you need to choose one. Either you slow down or you draw down. Because when your mind is not in clarity, when you are not ready to take the challenge, when you are still not when you are not really, when you are still full of revenge, you are still full of the feeling down after losing your account. You need some time to for that feeling to actually get away, or for you to actually feeling better, and for you to actually breathe. Because eventually you will take the challenge, or eventually I will take the challenge like I just did. And when I rushed, I lost, and the loss keep adding up to the point where I could not handle it anymore, and I have to stop. And I hope that you don't let that to be the case, because you don't need to lose too much before you stop. You actually just stop and step back, and maybe step another step back to look from another perspective. What did us do? What did I do? What did you do that causing the loss of our account? And for me, that just poorly emotional. And when I accept that I already lost that account and that's already happened, and I didn't really control my emotion. I don't like the word control. I will be like, maybe I didn't trade the way I always believing. Instead of, I narrow my focus more on the profit, and eventually I lost my account. And that's lost account drive me crazy, and did trades that I shouldn't take, and eventually disaster come. So in short, you got to slow down, and like I always say, to self-reflection, learn from that lost account. Only when we step back and see things from different perspectives, eventually something will click on. If you give yourself enough time, something will click, something. And when you feel like you are ready do it again. But when you feel like you are ready, but you try the challenge and the result says the opposite, then you need to confirm yourself that are you really ready, or you just say ready so you can comfort yourself and keep pushing the things that you there's sometimes we should not be pushing, and that's exactly when we after a huge loss we should not be pushing. We should be pulling ourselves out of that mess first. Having a light count of 400k and having payment from FTMO for every 2 weeks, well, that feeling is very nice and freedom. But when you are feeling that good, and when you are feeling that sense of freedom, and just one day you lost that feeling, it's crazy, and it somehow blurs your mind. So that's when you really need to trust your process, trust yourself, because when you did it once, that means that you can do it again. But how? You need to remember how you did it. You didn't did it by just rushing into the challenge and just risk extremely big and try to make a home run. No, you didn't. You did it by doing something that you believe is right. You did by doing something that generates a feeling of consistency. You do it because you did pass the challenge. You did pass the phase 2 because you have something, a system, a risk management plan, a trading plan, and most important thing is that all 3 things are personalized for yourself. So when you lost that challenge, and when you lost that sense of trust in yourself, when you lost that sense of trust in your system, and you immediately get back into the race, get back into the challenge, you're not gonna make it because you don't trust yourself. At that moment, you don't trust yourself. At that moment, I didn't trust myself, and that's the reason why I lost really fast, and market just keeps slapping me to the face until I recognize that, well, there's something wrong in my trading behavior. There's something, and until I pick it up, until I learn from it, until I break my trading data down and learn from it, it just doesn't stop. The losing cycle of a trader, it can keep happening over and over again. So trust yourself, trust the process, and you did it once, you can do it again. You can do it again. It's very weird feeling when I keep passing the challenge like this. It's for me quite unusual because I'm a risk taker. I'm a risk taker, and I usually risk quite out of control, and sometimes I just do something crazy. But since I started this YouTube channel, my trading behavior, when I say things out, not only that is helping a lot of people like in the comments, and I really appreciate that, but it also helping myself. It is starting something within me, and it's more than just a reflection now. It's something, I don't know, it's just something bigger than myself. And every day I'm feeling grateful and blessing to be a part of the journey. I don't know how long this lasts, but eventually my experiences, somehow it helps someone, and by sharing it out, I get some kind of energy back, some kind of inspiration, and that kind of inspiration help my trading performances, like what I did in my first fund or FTMO challenge. So I will see if I can pass the phase 2, and I will update you guys later. Again, thank you so much, and I wish you good luck and good trading.